It is 10 a.m. on April 3rd, 2026, and I, Jeremy M. Weir, am about to embark on a very specific journey. Today, I am in Cape May, and I am joined with my wife, Michelle. We're inviting you to come with. Good morning. We're walking the beach here in beautiful Cape May. They put in a lovely walkway so that you don't have to walk in the sand. They did this a couple years ago. This beach is a beach that we come to a lot because my wife, Michelle's family lives here at the beach.
They retired here, yep.
They retired here. Both her aunt and uncle and her mother and father. We sadly lost her father earlier in the year.
Last year.
Last year, that's correct.
But they got to enjoy some good years here.
Some very good years. Here's a view of the walkway. And over here, that's the convention center here in Cape May. It's very nice, very big. And inside there's a roller rink that you can skate around in.
I want to go around front and confirm that that building is closed. I'm trying to think where
Which
it is.
building?
For the beach tags. It
We
said
have to
it
check
was, but I
about
just
getting our beach tags this year. Here is a view of the front of the convention hall with my beautiful wife. Michelle's gonna look to get the beach tags. As you can see at the top of the building, it says, "Welcome to the nation's oldest seashore resort."
We gotta find this.
What's that say, love?
City Hall Tax Office, Washington Street.
Yeah, it looks
All
like we...
city offices closed Friday.
It's closed for the holiday. Not just this building, but they were directing us to another building, right?
Yeah.
So Cape May has the largest amount of Victorian housing in a concentrated area, second only by Louisville, which holds the record for the most, I think, in a particular town, like little town or something. I don't know. The distinction is very kind of like gray between the two. We just learned the Louisville thing. But there's a very old hotel there called the Marquis de Lafayette. Up there is a camera that Channel 6 always shows the view of the seashore from here where we live in Philadelphia. This is Cape May, New Jersey, but where we live in Philadelphia, that's what they do. So it's very overcast this morning, but this is supposed to burn off around 12, and we're supposed to have a wonderful, wonderful bright day. It's just we're hitting this walk a little bit earlier in the day, but what a difference from Miami. I mean, currently right now it's almost 50 degrees. It's a little chilly. I will get into the 60s today. It's too bad because earlier in the week it was in the 70s, close to 80, you know. But this is a town that, believe it or not, stays open throughout the winter. Parts of it close down, but it's not like the rest of the Jersey Shore that completely closes. And it's named one of the #1 beaches in the United States, even amongst beaches in Hawaii, because it stays open year-round in the Victorian housing and the charm, which we will showcase a little bit later on. This is the flagpole outside of one of my favorite buildings in Cape May, Congress Hall. And Congress Hall is this yellow building right here. It's very charming. I almost feel like when you go inside it, like you're expecting the people inside to be wearing like bell hats and stuff like that. I mean, it just feels like you're in a different time, almost like on a movie set. A lot of things in Cape May feels like a movie set. But Michelle's taking some time to chill.
They've restored it to the original decor.
Yes, so there is a whole story that goes on with that. A group of college kids in the 80s, early 80s, took this dilapidated building and restored it back to the original Congress Hall. And it has been thriving ever since. All right, so let's take a look at this anchor right here. It's called Juneau's Anchor. So in 1968, Captain John Davies, he was in a fishing boat and he discovered this anchor. And it was believed to belong to a Spanish man of war ship called the Juno. It was last sighted on October 28th, 1802, 28 miles southeast of Cape May. And it was never seen again. There was 425 people aboard, and she carried over 400,000 in silver in the hold, plus Mexican treasure of jewels and gold trinkets. And that is the anchor to the ship. So as a general rule, whenever you're filming stuff like this, people who have power washers, lawnmowers, leaf blowers, they appear from nowhere like they're NPCs in a video game just getting in your way and making things loud. This is the outside patio area of Congress Hall. We're walking into this corner door here to go into the lobby.
The bar.
Yeah, there's a nice little bar over here which they use to feed
The heaters
for
too.
people to get drinks and stuff in the summertime. There's several bars in Congress Hall. We'll show them all. There's the Brown Room, the Boiler Room, and this bar out here. There's another bar that is in the pool area over there. So you're not too far away from a drink if you care to imbibe. Do we go inside, Michelle?
Yep.
Okay, come on. Right, here we go. The iconic doors from the back side of the hotel. Pull. All right, so here we go. Look at this lobby. I mean, if you're not transported back in time, I don't know why you went. Hey, look, it's me. Fantastic. All right, over here is the Brown Room. This is one of the bars I was talking about. It's a beautiful bar. It used to just be a small little bar right here against this wall, notched out. So there was more space in here when they did, but this bar is just incredible what they did. And then over here you have a charming little fireplace. This picture here used to be on the wall over here, but they saved it and moved it above the fireplace. Back in that corner, there is a piano. The piano gets played a few times throughout the week, but most notably on Saturdays. There's a guy named Darren who's been playing here for years, and it becomes a giant Piano Man sing-along. So it's all set up for Easter right now. Michelle's getting her obligatory Facebook picture.
Cute.
And then down here, see either side of the hallway has flags. Every single flag ever used by the United States, whether officially or just commemoratively.
Oh, that's cute.
Lots of good shops down here. Like over here is a coffee shop. And in here is a small like sundry shop with like sweatshirts, hats. Continues on across the way to the chocolate shop.
Rein it in, dude.
But if you look down here, Michelle's in the other room and she's still mic'd, so if you hear anything, it's just her mumbling to herself. But she's been really good. So if we come down this hall to see, you're lined, and underneath each flag, it tells you what kind of flag it is and when it was used. And then if you come down here along the walls to the left and the right, you have different parts of history when it comes to Congress Hall. Right here, you have Benjamin Harrison. He visited Congress Hall. He's from Indiana. His homestead is in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been there several times when I was growing up. And over here, you have things like this menu from 1953, what was being served here at Congress Hall. And also over here, is it over here or over here? Over here, these are the college kids. that fixed up Congress Hall. And this is what they eventually restored it to. I think this is the grand opening of it right here. And it's just filled with all kinds of cute things, like all the bathrooms are labeled with WC for water closet. So back on the other side is the restaurant, The Blue Pig. And the Blue Pig is yummy. A lot of good food. They have a lot of outside seating, as well as this wonderful little area inside here to eat. It's very expansive, very cute. The food here is very much like pulled pork and other things like that. It's been open since 1816, according to the fireplace. Just off the Blue Pig, coming down these stairs is what's called the boiler room. Down here they make amazing pizza. And I guess this is the original boiler door. But down here they make amazing pizza, and at nighttime, this place is the place to be. It becomes a huge club with big bands. Right now, as you can see, it's not open. But beautiful bar, and then down here, all those tables are cleared away. That becomes a dance floor, and the band sets up right over there by what looks like a boiler. I don't know if it actually is. Going out the front doors of Cape May. It's a beautiful entryway, giant mirrors on either side. Heading out. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Heading out.
Did I have sunglasses?
Misty morning. If we turn around, see the main entrance of Congress Hall. Just beautiful. Now, a very interesting fact. If we look at this, what appears to be unassuming motel right here, this was used in the filming of A Complete Unknown with Timothy Chalamet playing Bob Dylan. They used Cape May for almost every scene that was in Newport, Rhode Island, because when you come to Cape May, it looks like you have landed in a completely different time. But I want to say that it was that hotel door right there that was Bob Dylan's door in the film. And if you just look at the street going down this way, I mean, you can tell. You can even see Congress Hall in the background of that movie if you look. Right now, we're gonna head to Washington Street, which is right through this way here. It is an outdoor shopping area. This is Washington Street Mall. And again, Cape May, America's first seaside resort. Oldest one in the United States. The Washington Street Mall. Look at that beautiful dog right there. Oh boy. And down here you have every kind of shop you can think of. Again, you don't feel like you're in this time. You feel like you're transported somewhere else. My favorite ice cream, probably in the world, is right here. Uncle Charlie's. I call it Uncle Charlie's. But inside there, they have a blueberry cream ice cream that is made with Cape May blueberries. This whole county, Cape May County, the farms that they have, most of them grow blueberries. And so they make fresh blueberry ice cream in there, and it is fantastic. All right, so while she's in there, it gives me a chance to highlight things that are out. She'll be in 2, 3, 4 shops the whole time that I'm out here. So, and I don't want to go into a lot of the shops simply because they're playing music and I could get flagged for copyright. So there's that. Here we have the whale's tail. It's all Eastered up.
We might find ourselves there again.
And you'll see 2 or 3 of these Quincy's Original Lobster Roll shops throughout Cape May. I'm telling you right now, some of the best lobster roll you've ever had. I know that these are small little shops, and I'm sure up in Maine it kicks this one's ass. But at least for us people who live in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area, this Quincy's Original Lobster Rolls is pretty dang good. The Queen May is a very high-end jewelry shop here in Cape May. It says it's open. Again, I'm not trying to go inside, but all kinds of beautiful jewelry. I don't think you can really see through the window. I'll try to cup my hand. Maybe you can. That's a fail. What would a shore town be without saltwater taffy? You're going to see a lot of saltwater taffy shops throughout Cape May, but this one's right here on Washington Street Mall, so I figured I would highlight it. Now, throughout Washington Street Mall, there are cross streets. They are supposed to stop for pedestrians, and they do. But one street in particular that I want to stop and go down, and I'll wait until Michelle's back with me, is one called Jackson Street. That street just makes you feel like you've been transported back in time, and I believe this is Jackson Street, so I'll come back to it. Delaney's is your Irish pub. Every place needs an Irish pub, but there's one bar in particular off of Washington Street that is just iconic. It's nothing special. It's a drunk Saturday night with good bands, and I'm going to show that pub next. And that would be the Ugly Mug. Inside the mug is nothing special, okay? A matter of fact, hanging from the ceiling, if it's still the same way, and I can see that it is, are several, hi, how's it going? Mugs lining the bar. Of course, I can't stay in here very long because of the music, but you can get the general vibe of this wonderful place. Over here, they move those booths, they put up a stage, and a band plays right there almost every Saturday night, and it is jamming. What town wouldn't be complete without a 5 and dime? Of course, that used to be 5 cents and 10 cents, and now it's more like $5 and $10. Matter of fact, it's thrown out the window. But there is something marked inside there that says $5, I'm sure. But it's in the back of this place. We'll go inside. Hopefully there's no music. In the back of this place is an old-fashioned ice cream shop where you can still get soda fountain type things. As you can see right here, it's your soda fountain. They still have right there, if you can see, the shake making machine if you wanted to get a malted shake. This is one of my favorite shops on Washington Street because everything's a joke. Okay, it's called Just for Laughs, and it's all kinds of like crazy like prank stuff and funny stuff on t-shirts and socks and underwear and you name it. There are several of these throughout the shore points in New Jersey. Matter of fact, there's probably 2 or 3 on the street alone, but this one was right in front of me. It's a fudge kitchen, and usually somebody's standing outside front offering you a free sample of fudge, which draws you in there, and next thing you know, you spent all kinds of money on fudge for your vacation. So on the opposite side of the Congress Hall side of Washington Street Mall is this church. Kind of starts with the church and ends with Congress Hall, but they do still have shops across the street, and there's an interesting little factoid across the street. So there are a lot of great shops over on this side as well. Back here is a coffee shop, which I think is the best coffee shop in Cape May. I think I see it. I'll highlight it real fast. That might be the coffee shop. It says Dog Days. That's not it. But back here, so up here, Cape May grilled cheese. I've yet to try that. It sounds amazing. It's got all those different gourmet types of grilled cheeses and stuff like that. So I was wrong. Coffee shop was right in the front, and it's called the Bowie. And this is probably, in my opinion, the best coffee you can get in Cape May. It just really is good. But the interesting fact happens to be right in front of this. Along this street is where they have all the horse-drawn carriages that come through Cape May and stop and pick up people. But what's interesting is built into the sidewalk are different kinds of horseshoes representing the fact that this is where the horse-drawn carriages are. So if you're a tourist and you're trying to figure out if you're in the right place, You know you're in the right place if you get to the sidewalk that has the horseshoes built into it. What little charming town would not be complete without a Christmas shop? Right now this is closed, but inside are all kinds of charming trinkets that are specific to Cape May and wonderful just little tchotchkes and things. We've gotten several ornaments from this place that we hang on our tree proudly every year. It's just so charming inside there. And it used to be the New Jersey Trust and Safe Deposit Company. So right here we have the Merry Widow. All these bed and breakfasts have beautiful, charming names. They're all Victorian, just lining up either side of the street. It's just a beautiful walk. It does not feel real. It feels like a movie set. Would you say it feels like a movie set?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Lots.
Just, what, the street or you?
You.
All right.
Beautiful street.
Yeah, it just is. It lines either side. Over there is the Virginia. Inside there is a very nice restaurant. We almost went there last night, right?
Yeah, at the bar.
Here, we can cross.
We went to Washington Inn instead, which was not shabby
Yeah.
either.
Washington Inn is still on that same street as Washington Mall. It just is no longer a mall. It continues on as a street. And there is a another Victorian house there that is a restaurant. But this is the Virginia right here, which is obviously a restaurant and also a hotel. It's very nice inside. You got this covered porch. Right now they have the isinglass, not really isinglass, but like plexiglass protecting you from the elements if you still want to sit outside.
We
You
should
look
have lunch
across
here.
the street here at this view of beautiful buildings. Just lining up all the streets up and down. Michelle's looking at the
Maybe we
menu
should
with her
have lunch
glasses
here.
on her face. She like puts them down by her mouth, and then she can't see out of them because they're all fogged
Oh,
up.
I meant the Mad Batter. Maybe we should have
Right
lunch.
here is the Mad Batter. Now the Mad Batter has the best pancakes I've ever had in my entire life.
Party of three?
That's not. We're Melissa. No, I'm teasing. No. But the Mad Batter, I don't know what they do. I think they put like a little bit of cornmeal in there or something, but it's amazing. But if you come here, make sure you ask for the special maple syrup, the really good stuff they hold in the back. There is a different level of syrups at this place. And the original is really, really good. But the real maple syrup they hold in the back and they keep it warm. And they keep it in like one of those big like glass flasks that has like a cork that hinges on top of it. This place is also really good for lunch and dinner as well. They got a beautiful bar in the back. So it doesn't matter what time of day it is. You can always get something good at the Mad Batter. However, you can only get the pancakes at breakfast and it gets very busy. So if you are a party of 3 or more, you're gonna probably wait, especially on a weekend. Today it is a Friday, it's Good Friday. Today is a Friday, so you're probably not gonna have to wait that much. However, on a Saturday, it's gonna be lined going all the way down the street. On the side of the Mad Batter is 2 sets of seats. They're both from Shea Stadium, as you can see right here. There's a plaque, it says Shea Stadium, New York City. So obviously, the owners are Mets fans. Now, life can't just be perfect for all of us, like us Philly fans. Another great spot here in Cape May is Hot Dog Tommy's. You go up to the counter, you order a hot dog. It's every kind of hot dog you can think of. If you want mashed potatoes on that hot dog, they'll put it. They'll put mac and cheese, you name it. They got all these different bizarre pairings. They're all really, really good. I highly recommend it. Don't have it set up right now, but there's plenty of mini golf in Cape May. Usually when this one is set up for the season, it has all the statues put up that are animating. It's fun for the kids and the whole family. Checking out the inside of Carney's right now, which is a mainstay when it comes to bands here.
I think they put
in
like a lot
Cape
more
May.
seating.
Can't show a lot of it right now, obviously because of the music, so I'm going to be quick.
How are
Over in
ya?
this room is a second bar.
Checking out the renovations. Looks awesome.
This is Taco Cab Alito right here. You can see by the sign, I don't know if it's blacked out because of the sun, Taco Cabalito. This is a great little place. This used to be 1,000 different other things, but this building right here is so charming on the inside. It's not quite open yet, but the trick to Cabalito, because it gets very, very busy, very good tacos, but the trick is to ask to be sat upstairs. Down here they have bands. Upstairs they have a guy playing very nice, soothing piano music. Plus you get the view of the ocean from here. The ocean's just right across the way and it's unobstructed. There's no buildings right here. So that is a little bit of a hack. Plus there is a second bar up there as well that's nice and quiet and separate from the busy bar downstairs. So we're in one of the shops right now that's just along the street. But one thing I wanted to highlight about Cape May is it is the last exit in the very tip of New Jersey. It is exit 0. So whenever you see a bumper sticker that says exit 0, they're talking about Cape May, and they put it on everything like cups, shot glasses, obviously stickers for your car, you name it. Sorry about the sound of construction around this area. They're doing a little bit to clean up the promenade. But this is Primal. And Primal is a very nice high-end steak restaurant. You can choose out your cut of meat, your sides, but dessert is specific for the day, made by the chef, and it comes with dinner. And it is fantastic. Wanted to highlight these archways on the promenade that go all the way down to the convention center where the promenade ends. These were originally here in Cape May. They rebuilt them probably like 5 or 6 years ago. And they put up pictures of what it looked like originally while they were doing it, because people were like, they're kind of weird, they're kind of strange, but they were actually restoring the town back to time period to make it more authentically Cape May. So in my opinion, they absolutely belong. I wish it wasn't so misty and foggy, but hey, that's just what the day is here. But this promenade goes all the way down that way, and it goes all the way down this way to a place called the Cove, where it kind of curves around before it curves some more to go to the lighthouse, or Cape May Point. I had highlighted this hotel earlier. This is called the Marquis de Lafayette. Just outside of it is a little teeny bar called the Barefoot Bar, where you can get drinks and food. It's very charming, it's very fun. We have friends that swear by it. If you go inside the main entrance of the building, which is right over here, or if you're at the Barefoot Bar, you can go to these double doors that are right here. Inside there is a speakeasy called the Bee's Knees. It's one of our son Chase's favorite places to go. You can get high-end craft cocktails inside here. And this is the main entrance. So you would just go up here, and I believe it's kind of like a hallway to the right a little bit. And inside there, it's very nice. They did a really good job. I've always loved this one. This is the Inn at Cape May. Used to be a restaurant called Alethia's. Now it's just the Inn at Cape May, right? That's the restaurant? Okay, so now it's just the...
the porch is the bar restaurant.
Well, your mic's not on, so she's saying the porch is the bar and the restaurant, and then everything above it is the hotel. We're gonna stop here at the bakery and get something to eat. This is a good place for photos right here. However, at a certain point of the day, the sun is blazing right there, and we once had an instant where a good friend of ours, Haley, who's actually Chase's girlfriend, had all of her friends down. We were trying to take the picture and everybody was blinded. So if you do it, wear your sunglasses. Me and Michelle decided to split a cinnamon bun. Okay, I've cut it in half. Now it's time to try the cinnamon bun.
Oh boy, Chase will be in heaven.
Oh yeah, man. That's good. Stop looking at me eat. So right here next to the Maycomber, it's part of the Maycomber, is the Cape May Love Locks Garden. As you can see, just like in like Paris, France, or in other places, you can lock your love to this fence that goes all the way around. So this part of Beach Avenue, because we're along the beach, that's still the promenade up there, is filled with Victorian housing. And it's just beautiful going all the way down. Now this one's Victorian, you can tell because it has the filigree. However, if it didn't, it would be what's called Georgian. I think I've talked about this in other videos, like even to the point where you have those two windows in the middle right there. If you cut straight down the middle, it'd be the same on the left and the right. We do have a proper Georgian one at Peter Shield, so when we get to that restaurant, I will highlight it. But just coming down through here and throughout the years, we've seen different level of restoration with these. Some of it is just maintaining what they've already restored. And then other times, they are having to completely restore buildings. Like I can remember about a year or so ago, they put stilts on the bottom of this house, dug up all the brick, and re-bricked it underneath, giving it a brand new foundation. Here's some more beautiful Victorian housing. I've always loved this white and red one, or white and orange, or whatever you want to say it is. Up at the very top, there's a crow's nest gazebo that's up there. It's just from the ocean. This is a very beautiful, beautiful building. It sticks out. You can definitely point it out. Michelle's aunt and uncle have a boat that we go on. You can see right here the spindles. Some of them are brown on that middle tier level. That's actually them repairing them with wood filler and stuff like that. And this will be repainted to be beautiful. When I say the largest concentration of Victorian housing, you're probably going to think of San Francisco. This goes for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks inland. It's just not along the beach. I mean, it is far in, blocks and blocks and blocks of Victorian housing. So it's good to kind of drive through the neighborhood, or even rent one of those pedal bikes with your whole family and go in and out of the streets. It's a lot of fun. Right here is the Periwinkle. This was featured in one of those hotel rescue episodes from years ago. I want to say like, I don't know, 14, 15 years ago. We are now reaching the end of the promenade, and the whole rest of this area, actually I think it starts even a little further up from here, like past the Grand Hotel. It's what's known as Poverty Beach. It's ironic that it's called that because probably the most expensive houses in Cape May are on Poverty Beach. We stopped into the Grand Hotel. We traditionally come here for Easter every year for the buffet. This year we decided to go a different route. However, what's significant about this place is that Michelle's dad used to work here, just fixing pretty much everything in the building. After he retired from his main job in New York City, he continued working here. We are definitely in Poverty Beach right now. This house right here was once rumored to be a house that Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman lived in, but we found out much later on that that was probably never ever true. But it is an interesting house. It's definitely not Victorian. I would say this is, what would you say, Art Deco?
Yeah,
I think it's more like Art Deco.
Spanish style a little bit too.
Yeah, it has the Spanish shingles, but this isn't Spanish. I think this
No.
is Art Deco. This is Peter Shield's Inn and Restaurant. It's a very expensive steak restaurant. I wouldn't say very expensive, but it's up there in price. I waited years to go here, and we finally went here for Michelle's birthday one year, and it was good, but it had been so built up by everybody. I don't think it lived up to what it was built up to. Still a good restaurant. Another beautiful Victorian right next to it, but this is absolutely a traditional Georgian style house. You cut this down the middle, it's exactly the same to the left and the right. There's no filigree on it like a like what's right next to it, a Victorian. In fact, in real Georgians, when you go inside, if there's a doorway on one side of the room, they put a fake doorway on the other side of the room just so that it's even mirrored in every single room. That's gonna do it for the day. It was lovely coming through Cape May and actually have my wife Michelle tag in on some of these. She didn't want to be on camera a lot because of the, you know, the hat and glasses, and we were here to take a walk and stuff like that. But trust me, as beautiful as she is now, she cleans up even better. Love you. Thank you for coming on this adventure with me. Peace!